And next up, we have Dean. Dean, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. I apologize, I only have one screen, so I'm not going to be able to read the chat until the end. This might be helpful for those of you that are working on applications with very large AI workflows. So I work for the company where we use like dozens of prompts and several different models in order to give results to the user. And this is one of the ways that we debug different versions of our app in order to figure out if it's regressing or there are bugs causing changes in output. Because one of the challenges of maintaining and debugging AI apps is that often the app will still work if you introduce a bug. Performance will just be degraded. And you can have benchmarks and stuff to measure the performance of the app, but those benchmarks won't tell you like why the app decreased in performance, right? And so this is one of the ways that we use to actually sort of triage and debug why the app is performing differently. In this case, I have two scans right here, both the payroll demo app. In one of the scans, it found our app is a vulnerability scanner, and it found 4 vulnerabilities in the first one and 3 vulnerabilities in the second one. Now, I know there's 4 vulnerabilities in this app that it's supposed to find right now. So naturally, I want to figure out why that is. And one of the things that we do is use a request log. So inside our app, we have an AI router. We will save all of the AI requests that we make to a log and put it in the database. And this allows us to actually inspect, right, the difference in terms of the requests that were made in the first AI scan and the second AI scan. Because, right, like that helps us debug like a couple different issues. One of them is like you might have jitter in the scans. So it might be that your code puts in items of a set in a different order, right? When you rerun the same scan, it could be that you introduced a bug. It could be that a developer changed a prompt to something else, and that caused decreased performance. So we actually save both the cached requests, you know, that we save to the Redis database, and also the requests that we actually make to our AI models. And what that allows us to do is, I have a neat script here called llm-trace, where I will fetch all of the request hashes from the database. And this script will compare each of those scans. In this case, with like the workflow as a scan, get all of the requests unique to scans A and B, and then print all of the logs out. So I've already gone and run this for those 2 scans. I have it in temp log 2, and it tells me that there's 277 requests that were common to both scans, but then 27 requests unique to scan B and 67 requests that are unique to scan A. So that's a little weird, right? So I go into the log, right? I look through this. I compare these scans. And I actually pull out 2 request objects that aren't immediately visibly different. And I run diff request A and diff request B. And I find that somehow somebody slipped a 1 to the start of this sentence, right? In between the time those 2 scans were written. And obviously, there's lots of research that shows that if you insert random characters, or if you insert typos, or generally write, you know, in ways your English teacher would give you points off for, that causes problems with scan results. And now I can go look through the actual code for my AI agent, right? Find the place where this prompt is happening and figure out what's causing the difference, right? And what was pushed recently. And this has been really helpful for us for debugging purposes, for making sure that We always, we don't introduce cache misses when we don't intend to, save us money and stuff like that. Right. So that's it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.